All right, now let's talk about another approach to using breathing and stuff to place the voice and get the voice to work. I just finished a video on coughing and the pre-cough, and now we will do the hiccup. I described in the other video about how babies sound like they're coughing. When they breathe, they sound like they're hiccuping. So if we use the hiccup side of that formula, can we sing that way? So I'm going to hiccup without any problem at all. You can sing all kinds of repertoire that way. Why not? I think of, you've got something like, if I hiccup, let's say Faust. Let's see if I can get this thing to work. Salire maresciaste pire, salire maresciaste pire, o serenine la présence d'une aminosité divine. In other words, why can't I just go and sing? They're all of these various things we're talking about are breath control methods that, believe it or not, go back to something, I hate to use the abused word, but something natural. Babies do that when they breathe. They go, when they're crying, they go, and you hear that hiccup like crazy. Well, the hiccup really works really well for certain kinds of music, right? La donna mille qual più malvello da accendo e di pensiero. See? It's very easy to go and sing that kind of music. What if I want to do something, a little more dramatic, maybe heavier? What about someone like Meister singer? Can I hiccup it? Morgenlicht leuchtet im rosigen Schein, von Blüt und Duft geschwellt die Luft, von allem nie ersonnen, ein Garten lud mich ein. And this opera, this role for the tenor, he sings the first note of the evening and almost the last note, and at the end it is the prize song. And in the second act, he composes the prize song with Hans Sachs and sings it 9 times. It is a ferociously difficult role because of its length. And the huge orchestra, you've got really big orchestra that you have to sing over. So, it's like every piece you pick up, it's got its own set of problems, and problems, you're supposed to be a professional at this, and therefore the problems are not supposed to be ever insurmountable. You should have learned enough about how to survive these things, but a lot of the singers only have like one way to sing, and let's say they've been taught to sing, let's say in the nose, or something like that. Well, you're going to get in trouble down the line. You just can't sing everything that you might be engaged to sing or be paid to sing. I mean, you want to make a career, you want to be paid, you want to be a professional, and you want to make a living, and you want to travel around and see the world and all of that stuff. And some of these operas are very, very different, and some of them are different within the scope of the role in one opera. One of the most famous is Don José and Carmen, where in the first act, he sings a very lyric duet. He sings, Ma mère, je la vois, oui, je la vois, mon village, au souvenir d'autrefois, au souvenir de Marie. Oh! In other words, I'm hiccuping that one. I'm just going, but not a very big, violent hiccup, just enough sort of to make sure that the words and the sound get into the theater that I'm singing in. I've sung that one in some 5,500 seat theaters and with a big orchestra. So you have to just be very, very careful that you're singing in a way that that particular approach, the hiccup approach, it does seem to make the voice carry very well, project very well. There are other ones like Breath of Fire, but it's exhausting, and then you can laugh, but that limits your acting. If I laugh, I do stimulate my diaphragm, and I can sing that way. But I'm limited when it comes to, being sad, wanting to be sad or something, and I'm using the happiness as a technique to stimulate my diaphragm, and all of a sudden I'm locked into what they used to call in Italy un timbro, a timbre. A timbre, happy, sad, angry, nostalgic, whatever. So it's very hard sometimes to laugh, especially in certain music where you shouldn't be laughing, right? You got if I laugh, I could probably get away with that one. But what if the music is sad, And nothing's coming to mind right now, but I've sung a lot of sad music. Can't remember any. Right. You got non guide carezze. I shouldn't be happy on that one. He's about to be executed. Right? So I'm supposed to be sad on that one. Well, then I have to find a sad way to sing that will stimulate my diaphragm. And of course, most singers cry. They cry, and people are not too picky about each tone and that kind of stuff because they're more concerned that you're demonstrating the mood that he's supposed to be in. But if I use the cough, for instance, I did the cough before, with a little sob thrown in. Interesting, I used the sobs in Italy, but nobody else liked them anywhere else. They loved them in Italy, and then nobody else liked them any other country I sang in. I said, "What are you doing? That's not written by the composer. What are you?" So I didn't use the sobs very much in general, but I did do it when I was in Italy a little bit, and they didn't like it. Let's say. So anyway, if I'm doing a hiccup and I go, if I cry a little bit when I hiccup, will that disturb the hiccup? I've got, is that the right note? No, I'm too low. All right, that time I hiccup with a little bit of crying in it. Okay? Now, what about the happy one? If I want to be happy and I want to make that, I want to use the hiccup. So I've got, what's a good one? I've forgotten all these words. I can't believe I've sung it hundreds of times. But when I'm demonstrating, my brain's in a different place. If I'm going to do all this stuff, I should have made up my mind earlier which way I'm going to sing this music, right? It's really not that hard to do. It may sound hard the way I'm doing it, but it's really not very hard. I mean, why can't I hiccup that one? Why not? So the idea is to be happy, sad, or angry, or something, whichever one you're using. If I'm using the pre-cough technique on that same piece, I'll go. No, wait, I'm lost now. See, that's a cough. I'm using a cough method. If I use the hiccup method, are they that different? They all sound like me. So in the end, you don't do it for the sound or for the public. You do it for yourself. Which one of these do you think you would feel the best with in this kind of music? And that's only two of them. I plan to make some more videos about some more choices that we can make if we want. But right now we're trying to make it clear that you can hiccup and sing. Right? If I do more dramatic music, what will the hiccup do? I can be plenty dramatic with a hiccup. No problem. See? Anyway, we'll stop there. I think that demonstrates a little bit what I'm talking about the first one I did was the what I call the cough prep. You're preparing to cough, and you go, and you do definitely lean your breath, or as Matti Bazzini put it, press the chest with the breath, and you do it. Hiccuping is the opposite. Hiccuping tends to shall I say, press the chest, press it backwards, so it tends to press back against the spine, let's say. That's one direction, and is another direction. So before we're finished, I hope I can make it clear how to use all of these for those of you who would like to sing different roles and with different approaches and different acting. Okay? Okay. Bye. Thank you.